Good morning, Southern California, AM 1220, KHTS. Host Fred Arnold on the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. I'm joined by Cheryl Deaton. I get that right?
You got it.
And Vida Shahidi.
Very good.
All right, H&R Block. And I was surprised you guys had time to come in here. You're about ready to be really busy, aren't you?
Yeah, we're on our lunch
That's
hour.
right.
Yeah, you're perfect. So H&R Block is celebrating its 60th anniversary.
Yes.
And great service it provides to the community throughout the country for tax services. So Cheryl, what are some of the basics H&R Block does for the tax preparer?
Well, one of the things is we're open year-round. We're not like some of these other places that close down after the tax season. So, and you can go to any H&R Block in the United States. So if you move and you have a problem, you can still go to H&R Block.
Perfect. And so how should those that are looking to come in the next month or so, some of the basics they need to come in with, prepare for, be ready with?
Well, there has been some changes for this year with the Affordable Care Act. So if it would be great if they just can come on in with all the regular tax documents they have, and we can actually let them know if there is going to be any consequences, on their tax return, if there is a penalty, and then there is also exemptions we can apply to the penalty. So we can give them an idea ahead of time before we file the tax return how that's going to go.
I don't like the word penalty. I always feel
I
like I'm
know.
in trouble with penalty or consequences, but unfortunately, that's the nature of what you deal with every day.
That's true. And with the Affordable Care Act, if you don't have health insurance, you could face a penalty.
Penalty, yeah. And it's important people know what it is.
Exactly.
I think that gone are the days in which you prepare. Sorry for all those online companies, by yourself, because for the reasonable price to go to a professional, whether it be a professional one place or another, I think that you can get so much value and make sure you're protected. Because who wants to go through an audit, right?
That's true.
Yeah. So what's going to impact everybody right now, for everyone to impact taxes right now?
Right now, the Affordable Care Act for the health insurance is impacting anyone who purchased insurance through like Covered California or something like that. Because if they received a subsidy and they underreported their income, they're subject to a penalty.
Oh wow, okay. Are the forms all out? Is everything rolling now where you can prepare someone's tax returns within the next week or two?
Yes, we can do that. Everything's out. The IRS started accepting on the 20th, and they're going through usually within a couple hours, they're being accepted.
So, yeah, go ahead, Vida.
The only other thing that could not be out yet is if anyone went through the marketplace for their health insurance, it would be that Form 1095A that they should be waiting for or receiving any time now.
Yeah. Now, Vida, you probably are seeing, because I'm in the business of mortgages, a lot of people bring in their closing statement, right? Because it shows how
That's
much
right.
they paid for that, along with what are some other 1098, 1099s?
1098s for mortgage interest and real estate taxes.
And if
Also-
they bought a house,
if you
it
bought a house.
would be their points. The points they paid would also be good on the closing statement, would give us a good number.
Tuition statements from the colleges,
Yes.
because that's a deductible again this year. It might be eliminated, but it's
It's a
deductible.
tax credit, isn't
It's a
it?
tax credit.
Yeah. Under a certain income, people don't realize that if you pay college tuition, and it's a significant one. I think it's up to $3,000. I might be off a little bit.
to
so
$4,000.
Up to
Yes.
$4,000. That's a lot of money.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Absolutely.
But anything that says important tax documents is really important to bring in.
Yeah.
Also, unfortunately, the forms are not available until March, the middle of March. But if you have any stocks that you sell, the IRS receives a statement saying how much you earned, but it doesn't receive a statement saying how much you paid for
The
the
cost basis. So
Yes.
you gotta show that, don't you?
You have to show that. Otherwise, they think you made $10,000 when in fact you might have lost $12,000.
Yeah.
So that's really important to bring in. But those forms don't come out until the 17th of March.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to tell people to go ahead and come on in at least to get an idea, like a consultation. We can give them an idea about the numbers and how to be able to save taxes, if not so far, but at least in the future. The other important thing people don't use too much is that saver's credit that if they put money in a retirement account, they can get a credit. And that's almost like paying themselves, not almost, but actually paying themselves to save the money for themselves.
Well, if you're in a 25% tax bracket, just hypothetically, and you're able to take that deduction, that's like earning 25% on your money.
That's right. And the savers
The first
credit
year.
is actually on top of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's on top of what you've already
Yeah.
contributed.
We're encouraging people to save. Isn't that amazing? As a
That's
country,
true.
we need to do that. So take advantage of it. And of course, the darling of this country is real estate. So make sure you take advantage of that and you bring the paperwork in. Let's talk about something. I know you're involved with the food pantry.
We are having a big event for the next month, I think it is. If a new client brings in 5 cans of food for the food pantry, they will receive $25 off of their tax return.
No, yeah. Just $5 in food, $10 in food. And,
Exactly.
And it goes to the right.
And even if they're not new clients, they can bring it into any H&R Block office in the entire Santa Clarita Valley and donate to the food pantry.
That's
It's a
great.
good thing.
That's great.
So come on in, people. We're on the corner of Whites and Soledad. We have a lot of experience in the whole office. Just me and Cheryl, between both of us, is 34 years. So we can actually save you some money.
Great. Well, thank you. Thank you, Vida, for coming in. Cheryl, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Phone number or is there a way to make an appointment?
You can make an appointment. Just give us a call at 661-252-6383.
6383. Great. Thanks for coming in,
Very
ladies.
good. Thank you so much.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, H&R Block, and all you need to know to prepare your taxes. I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. Your host, Fred Arnold, on AM 1220 KHTS.